New issues that are coming up more and more in divorce and custody cases is sports participation, the involvement, and who should pay for it. Even in intact families, you'll see a lot of disputes about what sports the child should play, how much that is going to cost, how involved it should be. And you're seeing more and more in divorce cases and cases after divorces or where custody is at dispute about those similar instances, but amped up to a much higher degree. You can see both parties wanting to do what's in their children's best interest, but having a disagreement. I've had cases where it's just been the cost of horses or boarding horses to parenting time with bowling tournaments or the involvement for AAU basketball or club soccer or hockey. You're seeing sometimes a disagreement with parents in terms of the safety concerns, with one parent being okay with the child playing football or soccer or hockey, and the other parent concerned about the concussions. And they're hard value determinations to make. If you can make that with an agreement and put it in writing, that's better to do. There are disputes about what should be paid for. A lot of the times there won't be a dispute about who pays for rec soccer, as that might be $80 for a season. But if the child plays club soccer and town team soccer as well, both the costs of that, one parent might think it's too high as an expense, might not be fair to the other siblings. It also can have a dispute about, let's say there's a bowling tournament on the father's time and the father doesn't want to go to Springfield because he has other children. So the amount of tournament that the children should be involved in, or softball tournaments out of state. There's a lot of these issues about what sports the child should be able to participate in, the extent of the sport, the coaching of the sport, the safety concerns of the sport, the cost of the sport. If both parents are able to be present, will the parenting schedule change? If there are other children involved, stepchildren or other children in the family, the extent and the arrangements that need to be made. Generally, in the first case, it will be best for the parents to work out that ahead of time, make that a written agreement, and have that resolved so in the future it's not a dispute. If you're not able to resolve it though on your own, you can go to mediation to have the agreement modified in the future. You can go to a parenting educator, a parenting coordinator, or you can go to court. Going in front of the judge is not the ideal solution. The courts only have limited time to hear things and are not necessarily going to know the full extent for the children. But if it does have to be litigated, and I've had lots of modifications, contempt hearings and so forth, the courts are going to look at what's in the children's best interest and the financial cost involved. Again, it's less cookie cutter because for one child, being really involved in a lot of sports is a very good thing, and the judge is going to think it's a very good thing. Other times the courts are going to think it's too involved and more involved regarding schoolwork or social things of that nature. Other times they're going to look at the financial impact that it's going to have on the family as a whole. And so again, it's not an easy solution, and it's important to look at what's in the children's best interest and what the financial criteria of the family is. At a minimum, there should be something in the divorce agreement or whatever the agreement that you have talking about enrolling the child for sports and who's responsible and the impact on the parenting time.